You mentioned the movie The Secret. How has that movie changed, your life, and what did people understand about it, and what was misunderstood about that movie?
Well, when I filmed for that, I got asked amongst about 33 people that were involved in that, and it sounded really cool. And the original movie never came out, the original piece. They were planning on doing a worldwide kind of distribution, not on a DVD, but on TV.
Okay.
And originally going to be in Channel 9 in Australia. And they had an advertisement. In fact, it had me speed reading books with tears in my eyes on the advertisement of it. And so it was really going to be this kind of TV thing. But then all of a sudden the Commonwealth Games bought out the time and paid more to get the space. And the day of launch got thrown off. And they didn't want to wait months for the next opening. So they decided to put it on DVD. And they did some ingenious marketing on it. And it was really quite ingenious. But they watered it down a bit and put more people in it, because there was only 6 people in it originally. Okay. And they watered it all down a little bit and got a little bit more, mainstream kind of thing, less depth. But I think that was the key, because if it had been more in depth, I don't think it would have gone well. I think people would have not related to it as much, because sometimes when I'm speaking, it's a little, brainy sometimes. But I think what they did is they put it in a format that the average person could relate to, and that's why it did so well. Now, in the process of doing it, when I first saw it, I was a little bit going, well, that's not what we agreed to originally. It's a little watery. And I first had a reaction, but then I realized it's touching people's lives, and it's making people at least think that they have power in their life. And maybe I didn't like some of the things in there, that you just think about it and it manifests. I'm more of an action guy and more planner guy, and, be methodical and put foresight into it. Yeah. And it kind of didn't give enough emphasis on that, I think. But that's not because people weren't adding that information. It just wasn't able to be edited in. So I was a little bit not appreciative of it at first, because I thought, that's not really the message I wanted to do. I filmed for literally 7 hours in all, but I only got about a minute in there, half a minute or something. But at the same time, it also opened up doorways for me to reach people I hadn't reached, and to re-clarify the secret behind the secret left out of the secret kind of stuff. Yeah. And that was a great blessing. And I think most of the people in there had the same kind of response. They got to do things and say things that didn't get to be said. And I think people got a broader awareness from it. It did mislead some people into thinking, I'm going to go out to my mailbox and I'm going to visualize $1 million check in there, and I'm going to, and then they go out there and there's no $1 million check. And I used to tell them, I said, well, you might want to consider working, doing some sort of service, get real here. But because sometimes people misinterpret it and it would be misleading. But the principles of what you think about, what you visualize, what you say to yourself, what you feel about yourself, and what you take actions is historical.